Hey guys, we're here with another Team Shift Out profile today. Who are you and what did you play?
I'm Joseph Ray, top 4 Lincoln Regionals with Kozmo.
Kozmo, okay, let's see the list.
Alright. 1 Dart Destroyer, Seamus not a 2 or higher, but you know, play it. Eclipse and Forerunner, these make our 3 big ships. These are what make the deck so good right now, because lots of decks only have like 1 or 2 outs to the big ships because they can't be targeted. Most of them it's just they can make Utopia Lightning, kill 1, but if you recur it anyway, they can't act the second one.
And then Dark Destroyer is really good for getting 2 pilots on the field at the same time.
Yeah, Dark Destroyer combos off anytime you see that card. Just a quick note while I'm here. You shouldn't be tin canning and instantly sending or picking your Dark Destroyer if you do not have a revival spell. If you lose access to your Dark Destroyer, you lose a lot of your pressure in the mid and late game. So that's just a public service announcement.
You usually search it off town, right?
Yeah, the always search a town or Farmville or something. But try not to send this with the tin can unless you have a way to bring it back. Medium-sized ships, 2 Landwalker. It's really good when you're trying to protect a pilot on board, especially your Strawman or your tin can, so it survives until their end phase. And it just serves as a big ship for when you do the Fire King combos. 3 Step Rider, one of the best sort of mid-range ships. Pox back rows, really good at breaking boards. Not much to say about that, other than it's level 5. We're playing the Fire King build, so we play Dose Shuttle. Even if you're not doing the Fire King combos, this card's really good at just setting up big combo plays. Be able to add like if you've got a Tin Can search, you can pick like a Dark Lady, a Sword Trooper and something else. And you can then, in your turn, if you've got say the Sword Trooper, which isn't necessarily a great pick, you can then send another Sword Trooper and combo off the card you got. The point is, it lets you set up a lot of plays that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. Dark Lady, still honorary ship, level 5 or higher. Still really good, you can just summon it off Dark Destroyer if it's dying with your Strawman effect, if you want to guarantee you have a negate on board. And then pilots. 1 Farm Girl, you need it to be able to kill people. Not much to say about it. And we've got 2 Strawman, 2 Tin Can, 2 Sword Trooper. Sword Trooper, as I said, starts a lot of combos, you need it for Fire King combos. Strawman as well, at 2, you need it at 2 for a lot of the Fire King combos. And Tin Can, if you just open it on its own with a couple of back row or hand traps, it's pretty good, it will get you through the game. And then, of course, Terratops, which seems to be the new thing in Kozmo. It's really good at going second. Helps you make Break Sword to pop your field spell, destroy cards, and get yourself going. Obviously, the advantage is it doesn't use a normal summon. You can then summon something like a Tin Can that you search and pop off. And going first as well, you can just make a Totem Bird with it. And then hand traps, you've got 2 Maxi, 2 DD Crow. Maxi obviously is staple right now, and DD Crow is just an absolutely savage card. Hits pretty much all the best decks right now. And last card, obviously the Brick, Avatar Goronix spells. 3 of one of the best field spells. 3 more copies of the best field spell, and a Fire King Island. Obviously this is for the combo off. Normally I'd side out a Terraforming, Fire King Island, an Eclipser and a Goronix, so I was going second. Not all the time, it's just if I expected them put in like lots and lots of board clears. It's pretty good.
Eclipse is strong regardless, right?
Yes. Obviously this helps you combo off, it's great, you need it. Tooler of Darkness, obviously is really good when you hit a dark in your Kozmo Town. Since we're playing DD Crow as well, we've got more targets, we can afford to play it. 1 off emergency teleport. And then the traps, 2-dimensional barrier. Obviously you are hardly hurt by this deck, you can just sit on big ships all game. 1 Cosmojo, you can just search this card out with your field spell, but it is obviously an untargetable out to a lot of things, which is pretty great. And then, just before the tournament, I was playing Upstart Goblin as my 40th card. I cut it and played 2 Oasis Dragon Souls. This card's great because everyone is already siding system downs, which obviously hurts the deck as well as ABC. We want revival cards so that we can afford to send ships off of our tin cans if we don't open so well. Obviously, as you get to the mid game, this card gets even better because you're going to have a bigger banish pile, you're going to have a bigger graveyard.
Okay, let's see the extra deck.
So we've got Nova Infinity for rank 5 and Evolcosaurus. shouldn't have to explain much there. Gaia Charger for the Volcasaurus. Obviously this helps you push the game. Rank Freeze. We've got Grand Pulse, which you need for some combos. Break Swords, really good because of Terratop and Cosmotown, going first or second. Sorry, apologies, going second. This card really good going first. Totem Bird, if you've got nothing else to make going first, you can just make this card with Terratop. Leviair, which we need for some combos. I was originally playing 2 of each of these cards, but because I'm now playing Cherries, I need the extra room. Rank 2s, Herald of Pure Light, you need it for some combos. And Sky Cavalry Centuria. This is the card I would normally end on if I have a combo that gives me 2 Straw Man. And then Utopic Future. And then we've got some Cherries Tides.
Okay, and let's see what you sided today.
Side deck. As mentioned, we've got 3 Cherries. Obviously we're playing 4 different targets, so this card's really good going against lots of different decks. That being the 4 big decks right now, which, you know, Paleozoic, ABC, DDD and Metalfoes. Obviously the Toad comes in against Heroes and Mermail as well. Kozmo Goodwitch, this card is extremely good going second, especially against decks like DDD that put 1 monster negate on board. You get to force the negate of the monster they have, and then instantly tag it out into a ship should they try and negate it. 3 Twin Twister, obviously versatile, play against anything you need to. 2 Dark Hole.
Is that all rubbish on there?
2 System Down for ABC. And then we've got Skill Drain, 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance, and the 3rd Dimensional Barrier. This card I would side against something like Frogs that will go first, or something like Metalfoe going first. Obviously this goes against Pendulum decks, and this is for any deck that can't actually put monsters on the board that are big enough to deal with any of my ships, because they have to use all their effects, such as DDD.
Okay, and what do you think made the deck particularly good against the current meta matchups?
Okay, so a lot of decks have a big problem trying to get over these ships. They have maybe one out to it, so Paleozoic, for example, if they are playing a Centuria, they have their 1 out to this card. After they lose that, the only other card maybe is like Utopic Future if they're playing it, but that doesn't even deal with the problem. It's still going to stay out, which means I can use it to still combo off and whatnot and kill the Utopic Future anyway.
Even if they make the Centuria, they lose advantage by not being able to make Opibenia or anything to advance their own game state.
Yeah.
They're using cards to try to take away from yours when you have Cosmotown.
Yeah. Other decks like Metalfoes only have 1 Utopia the Lightning. After that, I won't get the effect for sure, but obviously I can then use my Revival Traps, or I can use my Banished ships and just summon a different untargetable ship. And they're going to struggle to get over it, but in the meantime, I'm getting resources and advancing my game state, whereas they're not.
Awesome, great. Well, thanks for the deck profile. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.